What's up, everyone? Welcome to the June 15th edition of FanDuel Tournament Plays presented by PrizePicks. I'm your host, Adam Scherer. You can follow me on Twitter at ShipMyMoneyDFS. And as a reminder, use the code Awesemo when you sign up and make a deposit at PrizePicks. You'll receive 1 free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. Now, I assume that's called Stochastic Plus Platinum, but same thing. You'll also receive a 100% first deposit bonus up to $100 on that deposit. We have a 9-game MLB slate tonight. And as usual, we're going to take a look at 3 of the top tournament stacks and 3 of the top tournament pitchers using the top stacks tool and the top pitchers tool on the nowstochastic.com website. Starting with the top 3 tournament stacks. Number 3, the Oakland Athletics are taking on Josh Winkowski in Fenway Park. It's a nice park bump for Oakland. They are a well below average offense with an 87 WRC plus and a 133 ISO so far this season, but they're also inexpensive. They're only projected for about 2% ownership with a 3% chance of being the top scoring stack, but they also have a 10% chance of being the top value stack tonight against Winkowski. He's only made 1 major league appearance in 9 AAA starts this year. He has struck out 25.7% of hitters. He has a 2.69 FIP, but most projection systems do not expect him to fare that well in the major leagues. So this isn't a bad spot to take some shots at the A's. Number 2, the Boston Red Sox on the other side of this game, taking on James Kaprielian. Kaprielian's been very bad this year. He has only struck out 15.6% of hitters. He has a 5.16 xFIP. He has really struggled, and Boston is a solid team offensively. 111 WRC plus, 164 ISO for the Red Sox active roster. Kaprielian also gets a negative park shift going into Fenway Park. The Red Sox are projected for 6% ownership with a 7% chance of being the top scoring stack and a 4% chance of being the top value stack. And number 1, the San Diego Padres are taking on Caleb Killian. Killian is making his second major league appearance of the season. At AAA this year, he did strike out 25.7% of hitters with a 3.37 FIP, but most projection systems, as was the case with Winkowski, expect Killian to drop off a bit in the major leagues. The Padres have been a league average offense with a 102 WRC plus, a 137 ISO certainly leaves something to be desired, but they're also inexpensive. They have a 13% chance of being the top value stack, an 11% chance of being the top scoring stack, and a 10% chance of being, 10% aggregate ownership projection. Now, looking at the top 3 tournament pitchers, number 3, Roansy Contreras takes on the St. Louis Cardinals tonight in St. Louis. Very difficult spot for Contreras as the Cardinals active roster only has an 18.5% strikeout percentage. They also have a 115 WRC plus this season, but Contreras is only projected for 1% ownership. He has a 6% chance of being the top scoring pitcher, a 5% chance of being the top value pitcher. He's $8,000. He's one of the top pitching prospects in baseball, and in 7 total appearances so far for the Pirates, 4 starts, he does have a 28.2% strikeout percentage and a 3.3 xFIP. Number 2, Tyler Anderson is taking on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. Anderson is $9,500. He's projected for 7% ownership. He has an 8% chance of being the top scoring pitcher and a 4% chance of being the top value pitcher. He struck out 23.5% of hitters with a 3.68 xFIP so far this season. The Angels' WRC plus on their active roster is 113. It is elevated now that Taylor Ward is back, but they still have a 25.5% strikeout percentage as well. And number 1, Shane Mcclanahan taking on a very good Yankees lineup. They have a 122 WRC plus. They've struck out 21.4% of the time so far this season. But Mcclanahan is one of the best strikeout pitchers in baseball. He has a 25.7% strikeout percentage, 3.37 xFIP. He's wrong line. 2.01 xFIP, 35.5% strikeout percentage. He is projected for 5% ownership with an 11% chance of being the top scoring pitcher. So to recap, the top 3 tournament stacks: number 3, the Oakland Athletics; number 2, the Boston Red Sox; and number 1, the San Diego Padres. And the top 3 tournament pitchers: number 3, Roansy Contreras; number 2, Tyler Anderson; and number 1, Shane Mcclanahan.